Today, Apple stands as a titan of industry, routinely setting new benchmarks for corporate valuation. It's the first company in history to cross the staggering $3 trillion market capitalization, an economic measure representing the total value of a company's outstanding shares. This figure is almost unfathomable, larger than the entire GDP of many nations. But this dominance wasn't always a given. In fact, less than 3 decades ago, Apple was bleeding money, losing market share, and staring down the barrel of bankruptcy. How did a company so close to the abyss not only survive, but thrive to become the world's most valuable enterprise? Let's unpack this incredible transformation. To truly appreciate Apple's comeback, we must first understand the depth of its crisis in the mid-1990s. The company, once a pioneer, had become directionless. Its product line was bloated and confusing, lacking a clear vision or competitive edge. Sales were plummeting, and market share was eroding rapidly. In 1996, Apple posted a shocking loss of $816 million, an unprecedented figure at the time. With competitors like Microsoft dominating the software market and Dell leading in hardware, many analysts believed Apple's days were numbered. The company was literally months, if not weeks, away from insolvency, a state where a company cannot meet its financial obligations. The turning point for Apple came in 1997 with the return of its co-founder, Steve Jobs. After being ousted in 1985, Jobs had gone on to found Next Computer and later, Pixar Animation Studios. Apple, desperate for leadership and new technology, acquired Next for over $400 million, primarily to bring Jobs and his operating system, NextStep, back into the fold. Initially, Jobs returned as an interim CEO, but his vision and uncompromising will quickly took hold. He didn't just bring technology, he brought a philosophy of radical simplicity and user-centric design that would redefine Apple's trajectory. One of Jobs' first and most critical moves was to aggressively prune Apple's sprawling and confusing product line. He slashed the number of product families from dozens to just 4, 2 desktop computers and 2 portables, aimed at both consumer and professional markets. This drastic rationalization was a bold, almost ruthless, act that immediately brought clarity and focus. By eliminating underperforming products, Apple could concentrate its limited resources on innovation and quality for a select few. It was a stark contrast to the previous throw everything at the wall and see what sticks approach. In a truly stunning move in 1997, Steve Jobs announced a partnership with Apple's longtime rival, Microsoft. Microsoft invested $150 million in non-voting Apple stock, and in return, committed to developing Office for Mac for 5 years and settling all patent disputes. This was not just a financial lifeline, but a critical psychological boost. It signaled to the market that Apple was not dead and had the support of a major industry player. It bought Apple crucial time and capital, allowing Jobs to implement his larger vision without immediate fear of collapse. This unexpected alliance truly underscores how desperate and pivotal that moment was. The first major product from the revitalized Apple, under Jobs, was the original iMac in 1998. This all-in-one desktop computer broke conventions with its translucent, colorful plastic casing and simple plug-and-play setup. It was a stark departure from the beige boxes dominating the market. The iMac wasn't just visually appealing, it was designed to be easy to use and connected directly to the internet, appealing to a new generation of users. It was an instant hit, selling over 800,000 units in its first 5 months and bringing Apple back into profitability. This product proved Jobs' new direction was viable. With the iMac's success, Apple began to articulate its digital hub strategy in the early 2000s. The idea was that the Macintosh computer would serve as the central hub for managing all of a user's digital media, music, photos, and videos. This wasn't just about hardware, it was about integrating software like iTunes, iPhoto, and iMovie seamlessly. This ecosystem approach, where different products and services work together effortlessly, would become a cornerstone of Apple's future success. It laid the groundwork for future devices and the creation of a tightly integrated, user-friendly digital life. The digital hub strategy truly blossomed with the introduction of the iPod in 2001 and the iTunes Music Store in 2003. The iPod, a portable music player, was not the first of its kind, but its elegant design, intuitive scroll wheel, and seamless integration with iTunes on the Mac made it a category killer. iTunes, a digital media player, provided a legal and user-friendly way to purchase and manage music. By 2007, Apple had sold over 100 million iPods, capturing 70% of the digital music player market. This wasn't just a product success, it transformed Apple from a computer company into a consumer electronics powerhouse. Before the iPhone, the mobile phone landscape was fragmented and often frustrating. Feature phones, with physical keypads and basic internet capabilities, dominated the market. Smartphones existed, primarily from BlackBerry and Nokia, but they were often clunky, complex, and aimed at business users. Mobile web browsing was a chore, and app ecosystems were nascent or non-existent. There was no single device that offered a truly intuitive, powerful, and aesthetically pleasing user experience. This fragmented market presented a massive opportunity for a company willing to reimagine what a phone could be. In 2007, Steve Jobs unveiled a device that would fundamentally change the world, the iPhone. He famously introduced it as three revolutionary products in one: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. Its multi-touch interface, intuitive operating system, and seamless integration of hardware and software were unlike anything seen before. The iPhone didn't just innovate, it defined an entirely new category of smart devices. Its initial sales were impressive, but its true impact would unfold as Apple opened up its platform to developers. While the iPhone was revolutionary, the true genius came in 2008 with the launch of the App Store. This created an open platform for developers to create applications, or apps, that extended the iPhone's functionality exponentially. This ecosystem quickly exploded, transforming the iPhone from a powerful gadget into an indispensable tool for work, entertainment, and communication. By 2010, the App Store had surpassed 3 billion downloads. Developers earned billions, creating a powerful incentive to innovate on Apple's platform. This model locked users into the Apple ecosystem, driving recurring revenue and customer loyalty. Building on the success of the iPhone, Apple introduced the iPad in 2010, effectively creating the modern tablet market. The iPad provided a new computing form factor, bridging the gap between smartphones and laptops. It was an instant hit, selling 300,000 units on its first day and 15 million in its first year. The iPad demonstrated Apple's ability to not just enter existing markets, but to define entirely new ones. It further cemented the iOS ecosystem, giving users another compelling device that's seamlessly integrated with their iPhones and Macs, further expanding Apple's reach and influence. A consistent thread throughout Apple's turnaround and ascent has been its unwavering commitment to superior design and user experience. From the sleek aluminum unibody of Macs to the minimalist aesthetics of the iPhone and the intuitive gestures of iOS, Apple products are instantly recognizable. This isn't just about looks, it's about making complex technology feel simple and delightful to use. By meticulously controlling both hardware and software, Apple delivers a seamless, polished experience that competitors often struggle to match. This focus on the end-to-end user journey fosters intense brand loyalty. Beyond revolutionary products, Apple's operational excellence, particularly its mastery of the global supply chain, has been a critical differentiator. Under the leadership of Tim Cook, who honed this expertise before becoming CEO, Apple built an incredibly efficient system for sourcing components, manufacturing, and distributing its products worldwide. This allows Apple to scale production rapidly, control costs, and maintain high-quality standards. The ability to forecast demand, negotiate favorable terms with suppliers, and manage logistics with surgical precision gives Apple a significant competitive advantage and contributes directly to its robust profit margins. Apple has always been more than just a tech company, it's a brand that evokes strong emotional connections. Its Think Different campaign of the late 90s celebrated rebels and visionaries, subtly aligning Apple with creativity and innovation. This powerful storytelling, coupled with a focus on product secrecy and dramatic launches, built anticipation and excitement. Customers don't just buy an Apple product, they join a community. This fervent brand loyalty allows Apple to command premium prices and maintain consistent demand, even in challenging economic times, making its ecosystem even stronger and more resilient. Upon Steve Jobs' passing in 2011, Tim Cook stepped into the role of CEO. While Jobs was the visionary product leader, Cook proved to be a master of operations and strategic growth. Under his leadership, Apple has not only continued its hardware innovation but significantly diversified its revenue streams, particularly through a massive push into services. Cook has scaled the iPhone business to unprecedented levels, oversaw the launch of the Apple Watch, and expanded Apple's global footprint, all while maintaining and growing the company's profitability and market capitalization, defying skeptics who doubted Apple post-Jobs. A crucial part of Apple's growth under Tim Cook has been the strategic pivot towards services. No longer solely reliant on hardware sales, Apple has built a robust portfolio including Apple Music, iCloud, Apple Pay, Apple TV Plus, and the App Store. These services generate recurring revenue, provide higher profit margins than hardware, and deepen customer engagement within the Apple ecosystem. In 2023, services revenue alone exceeded $85 billion, making it a Fortune 100 company on its own. This diversification has made Apple's business model more resilient and less susceptible to the cyclical nature of hardware upgrades. Apple's financial journey from near bankruptcy to the world's most valuable company is punctuated by historic market capitalization milestones. In August 2018, it became the first public company to reach a $1 trillion market cap. Just 2 years later, in August 2020, it doubled that to $2 trillion. And in January 2022, it briefly touched a $3 trillion valuation, a testament to its consistent growth, product innovation, and expanding services. These figures are not just abstract numbers, they reflect investor confidence in Apple's future earnings potential and its enduring ability to capture and retain customers globally. Apple's journey is a powerful case study in corporate resilience and strategic execution. From the brink of collapse in the 1990s, rescued by the return of its visionary co-founder and a lifeline from its fiercest competitor, Apple systematically rebuilt its foundation. It simplified its product line, revolutionized entire industries with the iPod and iPhone, cultivated an unrivaled ecosystem through the App Store, and diversified its revenue with a robust services division under new leadership. It's a testament to the power of relentless innovation, unwavering focus on the user, and an integrated strategy that connects hardware, software, and services into a cohesive, compelling experience. The company's story is a vivid example of how a company can not only survive its darkest hour but emerge stronger, more valuable, and more influential than ever before.